Okay, welcome to Accounting 2242 for the winter of 2016. So the purpose of this video is just to give you a brief overview to the course, and also so that you have an idea of who your professor is. As I mentioned, my name is Daphne Rickson, and I am Associate Professor of Accounting, and in addition to teaching accounting, I'm also the Executive Director of our Center of Excellence in Accounting and Reporting for Cooperatives. So St. Mary's University has this research center, which I'm involved in, and we also have a specialized master's program for cooperatives as well. So I have been a professor here since January of 2008, and prior to that I worked as an accountant, as a finance director, controller, those sorts of positions for about 20 years, and decided that I'd like to have a change of career, and so I'm enjoying being at St. Mary's very much. And when I'm not finding ways to, I guess, impart my accounting knowledge, I enjoy traveling. I particularly enjoy traveling to Europe and Asia and South America are some of my favorite locations. So first of all, although this is a distance course, I'm certainly accessible. I do have online office hours, and those are every Friday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. That's Atlantic time or Halifax time if you're joining the course from another location. It is online, Luminate on Blackboard. And this is an opportunity for you to ask questions and seek any clarification on chapter material and on assignments and things of that nature. However, if you can't attend, I'm certainly available to set up a separate time by appointment, or if you want to just send me an email, I commit to respond to your emails within 24 hours. The textbook that we're using for this course is called Managerial Accounting, and this is, you need to make sure that you are buying the version of the book that comes with the access code for the My Accounting Lab. So in the My Accounting Lab, that's where some of your assignments are, so, and also all of the course material. So you definitely need to make sure you get the book that's for this course, because it may be used in other courses. There's a special book and access code for this distance course, so just make sure you're buying the book for the distance course. As well, the department requires that everybody use the same calculator, and this is in the syllabus as well. You'll see the details there. So it's the Sharp calculator and the serial numbers located in the syllabus for this course. So now for the all-important question, how will your work be evaluated? Well, we have four main categories. We have the group online discussions. So the group online discussions, we are going to have 10 of those worth 2 marks each. There are 10 quizzes, and again 10 worth 2% each. There will be an in-person midterm exam, and that's worth 25. And a final exam also in person, which is worth 35%. So if you're located more than 100 kilometers away or outside of Halifax, you can contact the Continuing Education Studies section here and make arrangements to have the exam held in your location. So that's something you'll need to work out in advance of the exams. So how you go about studying is, of course, up to you, but here I'm just going to outline sort of, I guess, a general overview of how you can approach it. So read the chapter and then review the online interactive presentations. They're very helpful in terms of you gaining a better understanding of the material. And we have practice questions, and those are listed in the syllabus. So with the practice questions, you don't have to submit those, but you should do them. You can only really learn accounting by doing it. So just looking at the question and reading the solution, that's not really the way to learn accounting. You absolutely have to practice the questions. So I do encourage you to practice the questions. The solutions are posted online in Blackboard for you. And in addition to that, I also have what I call debrief videos. So for those questions that involve calculations, some of them are fairly straightforward and there's no detailed calculations, but for those questions that have calculations, I have a video where I actually debrief those on the board so you can see exactly how all the numbers are arrived at and where and why I'm taking the information from certain locations. So if you go through the problem and you look at the solution, you understand it, that's fine. You don't have to look at the video, but if you're a bit confused or don't quite understand where all the numbers are coming from in the solution, then I strongly suggest that you review the video, and that should help you out quite a bit. In addition, as I mentioned earlier, I do have online office hours from 12 noon to 1 every Friday, so if you have some questions, you can come on and ask questions. And finally, and then on Sundays, there's an online quiz to complete.
Okay, the next section of the course involves group online discussions, and we have 10 of those, and they're worth 2% each. There's one for each chapter except for chapter 11, and the questions are located in the group discussion questions on Blackboard. And you are to prepare your response and post by Sunday at 11 p.m. Now, one thing you should realize is that everybody has to prepare their own initial response, and you have to reply to at least one other response by one other student within your own group. So all of this has to be done by 11 p.m. So obviously you have to post your initial responses in time for everybody to get their replies in. And of course, due to the nature of this being an online function, we are not in a position to offer any extensions or makeups.
So the debrief videos, as I mentioned earlier, they are containing more detailed explanations for each of the problems that involve calculations. You don't have to view them, but they may be helpful if you're having some difficulty. And they're all located in the chapter folder. So on Blackboard, you'll see a folder for each chapter that we're covering, and in that folder is where you get the solutions and the videos. So with respect to the online quizzes, as I mentioned, there's 10 of those, and they're worth 2% each. So each chapter, except for chapter 1, there's no quiz in chapter 1, so each one will have an online quiz, and that's located in Blackboard. And the quizzes are due Sundays at 11 p.m. and the solutions are released at 11:01. So again, for that reason, we can't do extensions or makeups. Finally, we have the midterm and final exams. They are comprised of some multiple choice questions and problem solving and one critical thought. So the critical thought question is more of a narrative type of question where I'm asking you to explain something. The midterm exam, there's just one midterm, and that's covering chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. The final exam concentrates on the remaining chapters, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, but of course you will need to understand the foundational material covered in the other chapters, but it won't be tested directly. And again, that one is going to be held on site, or if you're more than 100 kilometers away, at an alternate site. So that concludes the overview video, and I'll direct you to go to the video demonstrating where you can find the information that you need on My Accounting Lab. Thank you, and if anything goes wrong during the semester, I know from time to time there may be family issues, illness, or you feel you're getting behind with the course, feel free to contact me, let me know, and I'll see if I can, work out an alternate arrangement for you. So don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions or you need any help at all. I look forward to working with you during the semester.